So I want to tell you guys a story about my crazy neighbor, because I have a crazy neighbor.
Crazy neighbors are so much fun.
Yeah, he's always been like super out there. We've only lived here for a year, but like he's been super out there and just like really fucking weird the entire time we've been here. Like we were outside like making burgers and like drinking, and he just like shows up and like comes down and hangs out with us and gives us a framed picture of Sid Vicious and like brings down a bottle of scotch, and he's just like, I don't know if you want some of this, but I'm gonna drink some. Yeah, what about this virus? They never made something that can kill me. And he's just a crazy person. But recently we don't see him so much, but we hear him all the time, and usually all we hear is just like, "Ah, fuck," and just like variations on that. But a couple days ago we got a really good one. My roommate Will was going out, and we hear from porches above, Jiminy fucking Christmas! Shit all over my balls.
What? Was he caroling? Just outside, just doing the most heinous carol.
My favorite part though is that he said the phrase "shit all over my balls" like it was an enemy that he hadn't seen in years. He's like, shit all over my balls.
Oh, I was kind of picturing it like how he was like a wrestler announcer. It's like shit all over my balls. And he's like really.
I love that he censored himself with the Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Christmas, but he tucked a little fucking in there. Tucked a little fucking.
I'm just picturing the guy from Wet Hot American Summer. Who,
the chef?
Yeah,
oh.
The chef is just like, I'm gonna go fondle my sweaters.
Honestly, make him more angry and age him like 20 years, and yeah.
Okay.
Like with the beard and the baldness and the whatnot, and yeah.
I read an article on Wet Hot American Summer several months ago, but Paul Rudd was talking, and he was like, I don't know if they ever actually paid me. They were supposed to pay me, but I don't know if they did.
I don't think he's hurting for it, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it really
he's
matters anymore.
Seems like such a Paul Rudd thing to do, though.
Right, very.
It's like things like that make me think that I would be such a good friend of his. Like,
oh, it's because you loved him in Ant-Man, right,
yes.
Trevor?
What's that?
It's about a guy who takes care of ants. Trevor, keep up. The classic Paul Rudd movie.
It was really more of a
I
rom-com
could see him in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also that whole thing about like every time he shows up on Conan, he shows the same clip from what the fuck is the name of that movie?
Yeah.
Ah, God. Yeah, he's hilarious. I love him.
He also hasn't aged.
No, not at all.
Yeah, not a day.
That intro to like the sequel for Wet Hot American Summer, or I guess it's a prequel that they made recently. His intro is the best. He comes in on the motorcycle and just crashes it, and he's like, "I'm late."
You were supposed to be here 2 days ago.
My favorite scene from the first movie was when he was like alone in the cafeteria, and I forget who wanted it, but they wanted him to take care of his plate and like put it up there to like the dishwasher
throws
area,
it on the floor,
and he just had this huge sort of like sissy fit for a solid 45 seconds. I don't remember laughing that hard at most things.
Wet Hot American Summer is fucking genius.
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal movie!
It's unbelievably good, and that little prequel thing that they made was also so fucking funny.
The sequel one's pretty good too. I don't think it's as good as the prequel, and neither of it's as good as the original. But
yeah.
I just don't understand why. What, it was the first day of camp, and they had to learn a play in one day.
Yeah,
that was the thing that really like that messed with my head a bit.
That was the thing.
Have you never been to summer camp?
Not like one of those.
A guy literally turned into a can of beans.
That was
one play
that
in
was
one
fine.
day.
That was fine because that happens. A play in a day don't much happen. I think
you wouldn't do well in Shakespeare's time. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And welcome to Wet Hot American Summer Review, the podcast. That is the one we're recording tonight, right?
Yep.
Otherwise known as the Never Games.
Oh, that one. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the Never Games. My name is Trevor. I am the CEO of Stickerbox Studio, and I'm pretty much out of the running for this season, but I am averaging 0.69 wins per episode, so I'm pretty happy.
Nice.
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 That's pretty good. My name is Tom O'Brien, and I am making my own movie called Damp, Warm European Spring.
Ew, gross.
It's not gonna do well, you guys.
It's
It's just the combination of damp and warm really upsets me.
and European and spring, really.
It's just the whole thing.
All of
the whole
it.
thing. Yeah, otherwise known as Midsummer. But, my name is Conor Provost, and I'm drinking tea. Oh, it's empty now. I'm not drinking tea.
And my name is Noel McInnes, and I have the first pick in the draft for next season.
Yeah. Who you gonna pick, Noel?
God.
I'm gonna be Connor.
No.
There's only 4 of us.
I love the concept of us having a draft for next year. I don't know what we would be picking, but
Man,
I just love the idea.
I wouldn't be opposed to like a fantasy Never Games.
No, we have to. In the draft, it's literally just us 4, and we each have to just for the next full season we have to pretend to be whichever person we get.
Oh God.
My name has been and always will be Noel McGinnis.
I was going to do one for Trevor. It was like, my name is Trevor. I say a lot of words before my name, and that's it. I was trying to like remember one.
He's the CEO of Stickerbox Studios.
Yeah.
And the alderman of the red team.
Yeah,
The alderman of the red team.
But then he's like the former alderman now.
Former alderman, yeah.
Now the chaplain.
Look, you just got it. You got it.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, well, I'm Trevor.
You've become me.
Oh, no.
You're gonna have to cut all the sleeves off all your shirts.
Yep, grow a mustache.
I'm gonna be Noel so I can continue to get high.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I don't want to grow a mustache or cut my sleeves off. Those are
Don't you get first pick? Don't pick Trevor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I do get first pick.
So who do you pick?
I'm not that.
The clock's running.
No, it's not. We have 3 more episodes before the season's over.
No, we're deciding now.
We're doing it now.
All right, I will choose. You know what? I'm going to go international. I'm going to choose Mike Paxton. Mike Paxton.
One of your guys named Mike Paxtelston?
Mike Paxtelman. He's an overseas game show host from Thy Never Games over in our England branch.
Oh, our sister podcast.
Yeah. Thy Never Games, and we'll take it from there. We've just got to get some new blood. All
right. Well, I think this joke has been run into the ground.
So
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
this is so bad. Let's play a game.
Yeah, let's just skip right into that.
Yeah. Let's do it. Game 1 is me. So my game is called Where is the Lie?
Ooh.
So
I like this.
I'm going to be telling you guys some random little stories, and one small little factoid in each story is going to be incorrect, and you have to figure out what that factoid is. There's 5 of these little stories, and they're all just random weird things that I found on a wonderful website called damninteresting.com.
This reminds me of that game that Tom did when it was like all highlights mystery sort of paragraph stories. Remember that like way back in the day? Was that Tom?
You talking about the 5-minute mysteries thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah.
Like,
was I not on for that?
No, that was
It might have been
a
preseason.
preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remembered I got all of them wrong. So I'm pumped for this. Let's hope
Yay!
Mike
They're
Paxtelman is gonna do a lot better than I am.
They're like little details. So yeah.
I thought your computer had glitched there. I was like, oh no, what a terrible.
Yeah, the computer didn't glitch. It was me. I glitched.
His reverb
right.
was up.
So this first one is called Half a Thought. The smallest denomination coin ever circulated in the United States was valued at 5 miles, which is equivalent to 1/200th of a dollar. Basically, it's a half-cent coin. It was minted for 65 years from 1792 until 1857. It was made entirely out of copper, and the design was super simple. It just had a flying eagle on what would be the head side, and then the reverse side just had the words half cent surrounded by a wreath. Despite their low value, these coins were relatively physically large, only slightly smaller than a modern U.S. quarter. It was discontinued by the Coinage Act of 1857, but at the time it was eliminated, still had more buying power than a present-day U.S. dime. Due to inflation, a half cent in 1857 was worth about 15 cents in modern dollars.
Okay.
Where is the lie?
I
Just anywhere in there?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's they weren't made of solid copper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay, so 2 going for the solid copper.
So my original thought was you said it ran from blank date to blank date, and then you said it finished up with the law of whatever year that was.
Yes, so it was 1792 to 1857. 1857 is when the Coinage Act happened, and it was discontinued.
I was really hoping the Coinage Act was like a few years off, and I thought that's what you're talking about with a lie. It was just like a... You know what? I'm going to say the time period. That's the
time period.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're all wrong. The lie is actually, you guys were close. It was actually entirely made out of copper, but the design, instead of a flying eagle, it featured the head of Lady Liberty.
This is going to be a hard game.
Okay.
Yeah. What happens
Little
when
details.
nobody gets any points?
It goes to
then-
me.
Yeah.
'Cause it doesn't matter.
Mike, whatever his name is, gets a point,
Mike
a phantom point.
to
Paxtillman.
Paxtel.
So these are ones that I picked off the website, and I was initially like trying to think of ones that I could make up, and those ones are definitely easier. So if it comes down to it, then I can just do 1 or 2 of those.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
But now you know the type of lie that you're looking for.
Okay.
I don't know.
An inconsequentially small detail.
Yes. All right. So this next one is called During the Dark Times. In the European theater of World War II, as early as 1943, the German army started developing a special Panther tank known as the Nachtjäger, which means night fighter. Basically, they were equipped with powerful searchlights, but these lights did not cast light in the visible spectrum. It was an invisible infrared light with beams stretching out to 600 meters. Inside the tank, operators viewed the scene from outside via a small monochrome cathode ray tube that was fed through an image intensifier. Basically, these tanks were the first practical night vision apparatus. However, the German military decided that the technology was way too expensive, so none of these tanks were ever actually used. But towards the end of the war, they used a smaller version called the Vampire. And basically, a German soldier was outfitted with one of the Vampires. It was an assault rifle that had a miniaturized backpack-powered night vision scope for nighttime sniping. Where is the lie?
I think it was earlier than 1943.
I think it is shorter than 600 meters.
Shorter
The
than 600
vision.
meters? Okay.
I think it wasn't called the Vampire, or it just didn't happen at all.
That would
The
not be
whole
a
thing.
tiny lie.
The small lie is it's all made up.
Well, no, just the self-mounted backpack sniper assist
Oh, yeah,
sort of
So
thing.
you're saying the Vampire did not happen?
Or it just wasn't called the Vampire. Pick one of those if it's right.
I need you to pick
Oh,
one.
we
Noel.
can do that.
All right, then the entire backpack-laden sniper enhancement was not a real thing.
Noel, you're very close, but no. Unfortunately,
Was it the other one?
I made this too difficult, it seems. The lie in this one is that they did actually use about 50 to 60 of those tanks throughout the course of the war. So the lie was that they were never utilized in their tank form.
It sucks that we're not
Okay.
getting points, but I'm still really interested in all of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm liking this game.
It's fascinating stuff, but I might have just made it
It
a
is
little too
it is
difficult.
impossibly hard.
Well,
It-
here's what's going to happen is that eventually one of the things you read off is going to be a thing that one of us actually knows about, and it's going to be a
Yeah.
blowout. It's like, oh
Right.
my god, Trevor got a point. Like it's a lynch.
So the next one is called National Treasure.
Yes.
Inside America's Mount Rushmore National Monument, there is a secret chamber known as the Hidden Hall of Records. Therein, under a 1,200-pound granite capstone, which is atop a titanium vault, which encloses a teakwood box, lie 16 porcelain enamel panels with texts of the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights etched upon them. It also houses a biography of Gutzon Borglum, the supervising sculptor of Mount Rushmore, and the story of the presidents. The builder's intent was to preserve copies of these documents for the far future, and there's a big old inscription of a quote from Gutzon Borglum just outside the vault. Where is the lie?
Oh, boy.
I don't think the guy's name is Gutzon Borglum.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just nix that one just right off the bat. That's his name. In a million years, I could not make up the name Gutzon Borglum.
Sounds like a Nick Cage character.
Yeah.
I'm here to protect this porcelain thing of the Declaration of Independence. I'm Gutzon Borglum.
If you have questions, you can ask questions. Like if you need me to like reiterate something.
How many porcelain panel did you say?
There were 16 porcelain enamel panels.
I'm gonna say that's too many.
Okay. Again, it's for the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights.
And they're just in like a box.
They're in a teakwood box on top of a. Well, no, there's a 1,200-pound granite capstone, which is on top of a titanium vault, and then they're in a teakwood box inside the vault.
I don't think there's a vault. I think, if anything, it's just the capstone.
Okay.
What documents did you say there were?
The Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights.
I think that the Constitution is not there.
Because Nick Cage has it. Nicolas Cage had it again.
So I'm just going to go, in the interest of having an eventual winner, I'm going to give this to Trevor because you were so close. The Constitution is there, but the Articles of Confederation are not.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that would jumped out to me as you were reading it, and I was like, man, I wish I hadn't already guessed.
Yeah.
I came really close to saying that the Gutzon Borglum quote was on the inside rather than the outside.
Yeah, it's a long quote and it's just like outside on the wall.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fascinating. It's completely closed off to the public. You can never get there, but it's like on the back side of the mountain, like underneath the presidents and stuff.
Is there like one of those things that they have in like the Meerkat exhibit where you can just pop your head in and just look at it?
I assume no.
Do like one of those little presidential peeper sort of things and just look at it and there's, oh, that's cool. Then,
that'd be pretty dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's gonna be terrifying for the Meerkats, right? Like to just have like a giant head appear in
They're
your...
so desensitized.
Right. They're probably used to it at this point.
Yeah,
again,
really.
They're in a zoo, so like they've
like...
seen people all the time.
Yeah, nothing really gets them off anymore.
Is it one-way glass, maybe?
I don't think zoos are funded enough for that high tech of a machine.
One-way glass is not that hard.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but think about the funding.
It's a high tech machine. Think of the funding.
Yeah.
The problem is that one-way glass, I think, wouldn't work in the direction that you would want it to go in, because the darkest part would always be the Meerkat.
And here's the other thing: they could only really afford either the one-way glass for the Meerkats or the extra strong glass for the polar bear tank. And you kind of the decision chooses itself, really.
Guys, you're all missing the fact that the Meerkats aren't even there. It's just a pre-recorded thing. People stick their heads up and they just see a 360
it's
screen.
A 360 video.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Much cheaper than one-way glass,
right?
So I think that's really the lie: is that
they're the existence of Meerkats?
No, they're just they're Meerkats in Mount Rushmore.
I don't think that's a lie, Noel. I think we all know that that's not true.
Oh, no, I mean, I said that is true, so that... No, that's...
So the Meerkats are there. Okay. All right, well, let's...
They live in the nose.
Yeah. All right, so this next one is called It Belongs in a Museum. And I just really
How could they live in
that.
the nose? That would be like...
Oh my God, Trev.
Upside down. They'd live like in the retinas.
Oh my God. Or do they like... Are they piloting like Gundams? I'm assuming that's how Gundams work. I've never seen a Gundam, so...
The Meerkats have just been lying in wait to activate Mount Rushmore.
Oh, dude, whichever team of Meerkats like lucked out into getting Lincoln, that's...
Right?
Yeah. They're going to put in some work.
Burning Lincoln hand strike!
They're going to be fucking psyched when the kaiju come, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Well, as it happens, meerkats are going to be the savior of the world when the kaiju do come.
Oh man, we're so off topic.
Yeah.
All right. So Trevor's got a point, and that's it. Next one is called "It Belongs in a Museum." In January of 2010, two journalists knocked on the door of 84-year-old Frenchman Jacques Belanger to ask him about a mummified human head that he kept in his attic. They suspected that it was the head of King Henry IV of France, who died 400 years earlier in 1610. In 1793, in the midst of the French Revolution, a decree was issued that ordered the destruction of all royal tombs. An angry mob obliged, and they plundered all the bones and bodies from the crypt of St. Denis and frolicked in former monarch mockery or abandoning the remains in a ditch. Some enterprising plunderer, however, evidently smuggled away a former head of state, which would be King Henry's head. The contraband mummified head changed hands a few times over the centuries, as did the rumors regarding its origin, most recently being sold at auction to Mr. Belanger in 1955 for 5,000 francs. In 2010, when they went to ask him about it, they discovered the head. It was positively identified based on a scar, a distinctive scar, over his right eye, and a healed fracture above his upper left jaw that coincided with an injury suffered during an assassination attempt in 1594. Mr. Belanger then surrendered the mummified head, and it's in a museum somewhere. Yeah, where's the lie?
It wasn't in his attic.
Where do you want to elaborate?
No, I'm gonna be vague. I'm trying to get the point.
It was just like propping up like a wobbly table.
I'm gonna say that it wasn't King Henry IV.
Okay.
You said something about St. Denis?
Yeah, that's the crypt where all these bodies were looted from.
I don't think it was St. Denis. I know he's a real saint, but it could have been another saint. That's my thing.
All right.
St. Charlie.
Well, I kind of forgot about the lie when I was reading this one, so I almost missed it, which probably made it a little bit harder. But it was, in fact, King Henry, but the way they identified it had nothing to do with his eye. It was a dark lesion above his right nostril that they used to identify that it was actually him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm curious about you making this game, thinking like they're gonna know if
well, I didn't think you guys were gonna
if I say
know.
he was identified by his teeth, they'll know that's a lie. We'll say it's a scar, but we'll move it 2 inches up on his face.
Honestly, I just tried to pick small details, and I just picked random small details somewhere in the story, and I was like, "That's going to be the lie." So I guess I should have made them bigger details.
Can I? How about this? I'm gonna take a guess that there's a hidden bonus point in this game, in that all of these stories are completely untrue. Because I would have no idea.
All of these stories are in fact true.
Okay.
I didn't want to give away that secret bonus point.
Yeah.
Can't tell us until he's done the last one.
All right. So the last one is called the Overlooked Amendment. This is about an amendment called Article the Second, which was a single-sentence amendment written by James Madison in 1789. Basically, all it says is that Congress's decisions to change their own salaries cannot take effect until after the next election of members of the House of Representatives. So it was submitted for ratification in September 1789, but the original 13 states just decided that it wasn't worth it. They didn't care enough about it, or probably they just wanted to make sure that they could eventually get those pay raises. In the first 2 years, only 2 states ratified the Article the Second. It was not added to the Constitution. And then as more states were gradually added to the Union, basically it was just forgotten about. One notable exception was Ohio, which ratified the amendment in 1873 as a protest against the Salary Grab Act, where Congress voted to grant themselves a huge retroactive pay raise. Basically exactly what the amendment was trying to prevent.
That's ballsy to call it the Salary Grab Act.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it wasn't. That was a nickname. It was the Legislative, Executive, and Judicial Expenses Appropriation Act, but everybody called it the Salary Grab Act because that's exactly what it was.
Catchy.
All right. Now I'm going to give you guys a hint that the lie is somewhere in this next part.
Okay.
Over a century later, in 1982, University of Texas undergrad student Gregory Watson discovered the long-neglected amendment, and he wrote a class research paper arguing that it could still be legally ratified despite its age. His instructor loved it, gave him an A, but also helped him on a letter writing campaign to U.S. state legislatures. And within 10 years, enough states had ratified the amendment for it to be certified. And on the 18th of May, 1992, amid considerable protests from congresspeople, Article the Second became the 27th Amendment to the United States Constitution.
I would have already gotten it wrong. I thought the lie was earlier than when you said the disclaimer.
See, the thing about this game is that you picked a random detail and decided to make it a lie, whereas I'm picking a random detail and I've decided is the lie.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, it wasn't in September. It was probably in August. Like,
maybe the previous rounds dictate that I am being that much of a dick about the lie, but I'd like to think that I wasn't like that much of a dick about it.
Okay, so he didn't get an A. He got a B plus.
I'm gonna say that it took less than 10 years.
Okay.
To have it fully ratified.
God, I am going to agree with Noel.
Noel, is that actually what you're going to go for?
And
Trevor, is that what you're going to go for? I mean, are you going to be specific as a B plus? I'm
not.
What was the student's name and the school that he was at?
Gregory Watson, University of Texas.
I'm going to say one of those things is wrong. I'm going to say University of Texas is wrong.
Okay. I'll say the identity of the student.
Cool. So it's both of them are wrong already.
I'm going to stick with the grade. I don't know what else.
Man, I'm going to be so fucking pissed.
Yeah, you are, because that's the lie. He actually got a C on his paper, and his instructor told him, like, I added to it. He got a C on his paper, and his instructor completely dismissed the idea as unrealistic.
This is so dumb. It's dumb. It's so dumb.
The letter writing campaign that happened was basically out of revenge and spite to his professor, and he was like, fuck you, I'm going to show you, and he got it done.
Okay.
Sorry, Noel. But that does give us 2 points for Trevor, and Trevor, you are the winner of Where is the Lie?
Yeah.
So
I really liked that game.
It's a dumb game.
Like,
it's just dumb.
If it was remade, I would say maybe make it a little bit easier.
Maybe.
Yeah. Each of those stories had about like 35 different minor facts that could have been changed.
All of them are dumb. Make it the game less dumb.
I think that
Christ, Noel.
I think that if it was a 5 multiple choice, like that would have been enough.
Yeah,
I thought about doing multiple choice, and then I didn't because I was lazy.
I feel like we often default to 3, but I think you could have pushed it to like 5 possibilities, and it would have been.
I was trying to get away from the multiple choice thing, but I guess just having more options would have.
Yeah, it just gives you that security where somebody hopefully has to get it right, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, it was a great game.
It was a
Trevor
wonderful.
Got 2 of the 5. Like it can't be
Yeah,
that
actually...
bad if.
Don't you patronize me?
It's okay, Connor.
Nobody's saying it was an easy game.
It's not your fault.
I just ate my weed.
And with
you
that,
really pack that in brownie before you.
You just push it into a brownie.
That's how edibles work.
Yep. All right.
Let's jump into the multimedia minute.
All right. So it is my turn to do the multimedia minute. And first, a bit of news from the multimedia minute.
Oh.
Yeah, first of its kind, straight from the red carpet in Hollywood. You might have heard about this. It came out a little bit earlier this week. KFC to launch.
God.
KFC to air holiday mini movie on Lifetime Network called A Recipe for Seduction.
I was really hoping this wasn't going to come up at some point because it is nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it's so horrible. I love it. All right, so this article is from Market Watch, doing their work on the scene. KFC is spicing up the holidays with a new mini movie, a 15-minute film commercial that will air on the Lifetime Network December 13th at noon, called Recipe for Seduction.
Great time slot.
Yeah.
The one thing that what I will say is that whoever's in charge of KFC's marketing has been crushing it for years. Like, I don't care about KFC, but like their ads are great.
Did you know that their Twitter follows like 9 guys named Herb and then the Spice Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, so far this season, KFC sold a fried chicken scented fire log at Walmart, and a business partner, Pizza Hut, created an original pan pizza weighted blanket selling for $150.
I like that they say business partner Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Like they're not just like both subsidiaries of Pepsi.
Right.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut and KFC are sitting down in ties at meetings together like, who's going to do the Yule log this year?
I think a pepperoni pizza Yule log sounds delicious.
I honestly didn't realize that they were partners because I thought I only ever see like the KFC and Taco Bell combinations, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken Taco Hut is a thing.
Ken Taco Hut?
Yeah. This is the funniest part of the entire article. KFC sees the Lifetime movie as a distraction from the stresses brought on by the coronavirus pandemic and lockdowns, but only for 15 minutes. A recipe for this, this is from Andrea Zahumensky, KFC Chief Marketing Officer. A recipe for seduction is a perfect excuse to curl up at home and escape your own happily ever after. So you want to know about casting, you say?
Oh, God.
And who's going to play the big colonel? Well, you all guessed right. It's Mario Lopez.
He looks terrifying.
The movie stars Mario Lopez, known for his roles on Saved by the Bell and this year's Lifetime holiday movie. So he stars in another movie called Feliz Navidad, which is about a father.
I'd rather watch the KFC one.
Yeah. So yeah, that will release. What I say, December 13th at noon. For between noon and 12:15.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What do you
so
think,
that has been the first multimedia
loser
news.
punishment. Loser has to recreate a recipe for seduction.
What are they going to do with the extra 15 minutes in that time slot?
KFC ads.
Just KFC ads. Just
It's got
ads.
to be more ads. Yeah. All right, now to the meat and potatoes of the entire bit. First thing I want to talk about real quickly is this website that I just discovered called Pokemon Showdown. I highly recommend this to anyone who really likes playing Pokemon back in the day, but don't really have a means to do it, or just don't know how emulators work or anything like that. So you sign up to the website, and it randomly picks you from someone else that's playing Pokemon, and it gives randomly selects a 6 Pokemon team, and it's just battling.
That's dope.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really cool. It goes really quickly. The Pokemon selection is everything. So I did get a couple legendaries when I was doing it, and that was kind of cool. The biggest issue I had with it was there weren't any items. So like no potions, no revives, none of that. It's basically like street fighting. But yeah, that's play.pokemonshowdown.com. Check it out.
Interesting.
Now,
I just did.
the big one. I've been playing this video game called Control, and it is one of the best games I've played in my entire life. Everything they did about it is basically like a personalized video game for me. Are you guys familiar with this at all?
No.
My roommate actually played it a lot, and I saw glimpses of him doing it, but I have never actually played it myself.
Yeah, it's an amazing looking game.
It's a top-down situation, isn't it?
No,
Kind of?
it's just a third-person action shooter thing. It's kind of got themes of a mix of like X-Men, Inception, MC Escher, and Warehouse 13.
All right.
So many things.
So many things. So you play as Jesse Faden, who is a supposed new director for the Federal Bureau of Control, which is like this organization that protects people from weird, unexplained anomalies that, you know, there's like a haunted toaster, but it like destroys a house or something.
It's a Hellboy situation.
And yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's this big, brutalist concrete building, and when you go into it, there is a thing already happening, and it's a result of an experiment they did that ripped through another dimension, and some beings were brought back with it, and those beings are called the Hiss.
Okay.
And when you walk around, sometimes the hiss controls people, especially security guards who are your main enemy in it. But it also controls pretty much everyone else in the building. But all the non-threatening people are just hung up in suspension in midair, and you just have to like kind of walk around them, and it's pretty weird. There are insane departments within this bureau, like Ritual Division, Astral Exhibition, Parapsychology, Department of Luck and Probability, and Dimensional Research. So each of these, you have to go to their department. The main boss is the department head that's been controlled by the hiss.
Mhm.
It kind of acts as mostly like you're shooting enemies with guns, but sometimes they sort of act like zombies. And as you're doing this, you have a gun, obviously, that can transform. You start off with a pistol, but then it can transform to like a shotgun, machine gun, sniper rifle, grenade launcher. But you also have X-Men powers. So you can force pull and force launch people and then enemies over time. You can hero slam down into the ground. You can fly everywhere. You're basically like a dope ass Jean Grey with a gun.
Or like a Jedi.
Yeah, I just never pictured Jedis kind of like just floating, you know? Like, I know they can, but I just never imagined it.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, and it's a completely destructible and usable landscape, so as long as you have the power high enough, you can grab literally anything.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, and they utilize it pretty well. There are no grenades, but instead you can like grab fire extinguishers off the wall and just throw it at them and it explodes.
I remember
Ooh.
loving, although it was a terrible game in general, the Superman Returns game for PS2 way back in the day. Everything was interactable, and you could like pick up oil tankers and throw them at bad guys and stuff.
Oh yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, you can basically grab anything that's not as big as like, I don't know, 10 feet by 10 feet or something like that. The story is really damn good. It's about the main character Jessie trying to find her brother who is like locked away in like some secret compartment because he's like the strongest mutant thing or whatever. I haven't finished it yet, so I'm not exactly sure. It's very user friendly. There's a customizable god mode if you get stuck or if you just want to have fun. And I turned on one-hit kills and invulnerability last night, and it was just so fun just to fuck around
That's
with
cool.
everyone.
Would you call it just like a beat 'em up shooter, or is there puzzles?
There are slight puzzles when you go into the heart of certain departments to kind of make your way towards the main level boss. There are these weird security sort of puzzles where it's crazy. You have to like, there's this random like a chain light switch that you have to pull 3 times, and you get transported to like this weird motel, and then you have to like figure out what the weird puzzle is in that, and then you get transported past that to go to the department. It's very odd, but I love it. I love it so much. There's actively like Inception style landscapes, like things like a main hall that twists. Ooh. or things are just kind of broken up. Each department before you beat the boss has like these weird sort of concrete cube growths all around it, like basically like a geode, and then once you kill the main boss, it kind of transforms back to the way it used to be. Yeah, if you haven't watched the preview that I sent you earlier, I highly recommend that. It kind of puts in all the good stuff at once.
Well, the two things that this is, having not actually played the game, that's making me think of are the scenes from Batman Arkham Asylum where you're being affected by the fear toxin.
The Scarecrow ones?
Yeah, so where everything's weird, and then when it's done, you're like,
Ooh.
oh, this is what it actually was. You can
Right.
see like the things that you are really interacting with. But also, I'm getting a vibe of Bioshock Infinite. You have like just a combo of like building up your powers, but also like carrying a gun around, and what combination of those two things do you use? Which I think is a great system because it opens up a lot of versatility in playstyles. Also reminds me of the Mass Effect games, where it's like, do you want to go through entirely as a gun user, or do you want to like crank out them superpowers and like never actually use your gun?
So there is a skills tree, and I just cranked out my force pull and force push like as much as possible, and I kind of ignored everything else. But the weird part about the whole gun aspect is that you don't have ammo, so you have bullets, and when you're using them up, they just kind of gradually recharge over time. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like you use the gun at first, and then when you need to reload, you kind of then use your force powers to sort of take place during that
You got
lag
like
time.
a cooldown for gun use.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's neat.
Yeah, and it's really cool. There's all these interdepartmental like side challenges. One of the first ones you do in the maintenance department is you try and kill this sort of alien that's plugged up one of the main sewage drains and has been like a scourge on the janitor for like 20 years, and he just hasn't been able to figure it out, which is kind of cool. There's other ones where you have to go into like a department of fungal research or something, and like some spores got out and sort of took over that, like a half of that department, and that kind of affects how enemies are portrayed and everything like that, and you sort of have to figure out how to stop it and how to get samples back to her lab. And
so there is
like
a bit
that.
of a like open world kind of aspect then to it too.
Oh yeah, it's very open world. If you want, it plays super linearly as well. That's what I've been kind of doing. But there's a billion different side missions I've just completely haven't done yet.
Now, what system are you playing this on,
Yeah,
Noel?
I'm playing it on Xbox One. It just came out for Xbox Game Pass. This is a game that I've wanted to play for a year or so since it came out, and this was the first time I had to do it. It's not all good. There are a few kind of bad things about it. The main character, Jessie Faden, her facial expressions are very monotonous and sort of boring at times. But beyond that, it's mostly mechanics. It has an absolute brutal 1.5 to 2.5 minute load time, and that's whenever you fast travel or die. And I died a lot, so that was kind of a turnoff for me. And especially when you go out of the pause menu to back to playing a game, it's choppy for about 3 to 5 seconds. So if you play it, I recommend you don't pause during a battle, or else you'll just die.
And then you have to spend 2 minutes waiting for it to reload.
Yeah, right. And it did crash for me twice, which is something that's not usually common in games. But I want to assume that was something on my part. But yeah, if you love anything that I just said and you just want to kill a bunch of people using your Jean Grey powers and a gun that kind of transforms, get Control, I fucking love it.
It looks like it won a lot of awards for its visuals too. So.
It is an amazing looking game. Yeah, if you're interested, watch the trailer. It kind of goes into all the different aspects. There's a kick-ass photo mode too that I've been using.
We should put that trailer up on the Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Put it up and blast it. Put it up and blast it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool.
All right, and that's been the Multimedia Minute.
Putting it up and blasting it out. Let's jump into a break, y'all.
Quick break.
Yes.
Break.
Today's episode is presented by Purple Carrot. Purple Carrot is the plant-based subscription meal kit that makes it easy to cook irresistible meals to fuel your body. Each week, choose from an expansive and delicious menu of dinners, lunches, breakfasts, and snacks. Every box is an opportunity to learn and experience something new with easy recipes and fresh, pre-proportioned ingredients. No shopping, no food waste, just globally inspired, restaurant-quality, plant-based meals. Get $30 off your first box by going to purplecarrot.com and entering code PODGO30 at checkout today. That's PODGO30, PODGO30, for $30 off your first Purple Carrot box. Purple Carrot, the easiest way to eat more plants. Have I ever told you guys my weird thing about winking?
You have a weird thing about winking?
Yeah. If I see if a
Okay, hold on. Quick game. Tom and Noel, what do you think his weird thing about winking is?
He doesn't wink to the eagle, but only to the head of Lady Liberty.
I was gonna say you can't wink; you can only blink.
Nah, see, I think it's gonna be a little bit weirder than that. I think
only to the Articles of Confederation.
Yeah. I'm gonna say his shoulder cracks every time he winks.
It's so weird.
I want to say he burps.
It's definitely
Every
not that
weird.
weird. It's not. Now it doesn't seem like such a weird thing. It's just that no. It's like if I'm watching TV or a movie and if I see a character on a screen winking, I have to wink back at them.
Oh
And
yeah,
Sure.
It's just a compulsion.
It's
Like
the
I
thing
can't
that
help
I
it.
do too. But do you ever get the feeling like I 100% of the time whenever I do the response wink, it never looks as good as when the TV guy does it.
Winking is surprisingly hard to pull off smoothly.
Winking is so hard. It's like jumping.
Yeah.
Jumping is hard.
Everybody
man.
can do it, but most people can't do it well.
Yeah, I don't think I've jumped in like 3.5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Just who does
Who
it?
jumps?
Like, who
Who has
jumps?
time for jumping?
Besides people that you need it for their jobs, like LeBron James or
You
You
That's
can't
second
think of a
person.
single other person who jumps.
LeBron James and Timmy Brady, who probably jumps.
No, Tom Brady cannot jump.
Yeah.
The man can barely even run. I got to be honest. I don't think I've ever fully walked down a flight of stairs. Like I always jump when there's like 2 or 3 stairs left.
Can you
I
tell
just
which
jump
of the
off the
4 of
bottom.
us still isn't 30?
Yeah. Yeah, that all changes there, Connor.
No. Trust me, it hurts now. It hurts now,
Just
but I
can't
still
break the habit.
I can't.
Hey, you guys want to play some direct sale disasters?
Ah, sure.
Yeah.
No, I want to keep talking about our weird idiosyncrasies.
Okay, here I have one. Whenever I'm reading a book and the author describes the character doing some like minor thing, I have to do it.
Like
Yeah.
Like if the author
Elaborate on minor.
if the author's like he dropped his head and turned slightly to the side, hoping that they didn't notice he was looking. Like I have to just turn a little bit and like pretend that I'm doing it so I can get like the full visual.
No, I totally do that. So I also I do this thing where whenever I'm drawing a person, I have to make the face that they're making while I'm drawing it.
Interesting.
Huh.
Is that why all your
I guess that makes
all your
sense.
characters are just sticking their tongue out and like closing one eye?
yeah.
Just like it's your concentrating face. Just
Now you see, Trevor, I think I could relate to yours more, but whenever I like read a book, I have to read each line about 25 times before like my
That
brain.
just means you have to read more and all.
that's because you're stoned and all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but none of the.
That-
First, it doesn't make sense. Like all the words are jumbled up,
Yeah.
and then I have to figure that shit out. Which is, again, who has the time?
I started reading like 2 years ago. No, like 4 years ago. And that goes
Yeah.
away really quickly, but also you just have to kind of accept that like the whole point is that you're reading. If you have to read more while you're reading, well, you're fucking reading, so of course you're going to read.
Right. That's true.
Was
Yeah.
it New Year's when I was living with you that you started the book a month?
Yeah. It was.
I always want to do that, and then I just don't.
It was really
Like,
helpful.
I make big plans to do it, and then I just forget to like get the books, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, video games are my books.
Yeah, me too.
Allison's 1 year.
Exactly the
I
same.
mean, like
I do like 4 video games a month, pretty much.
Hey, there are lots of books in Skyrim.
Yeah. Yes, as we've talked about before.
Like
Yeah.
30 years ago, Allison's mom for New Year's kept a count of how many books she would read in a year, and she just never stopped.
Yeah.
And last year at New Year's, she was like, "Well, I'm gonna finish a book next week, so I know what my final count's gonna be. 63 books this year."
Jesus.
And I was like,
good God.
and she was like, I was a little slow, but it's still
Yeah.
more than most years. And I was like, a little slow? That's
What?
like a book and quite a bit a week.
You know what?
My sister does that.
I think I know what
Yeah.
it is. I used to do that when I was a kid, and I just burned through like the Treehouse series of like time travel historical reference. So
did-
is she doing that?
She's reading children's board books.
Yeah.
They're all I Spies.
She found Waldo a bunch.
Actually, to cap off my goal of 12 in a year, that year that I was living with Tom, I read one of his comics as book number 12.
Yeah.
So, snuck
That
in
counts.
there. I read it like on December 31st.
My other thing is too, like maybe I should start going after the Treehouse series. I've been like I've been trying to do like the expert reading. Like whenever I try to read, I either try to read like Ulysses or Infinite Jest, and it's like,
God, yeah.
I don't think I should start there. I think I should start on the Treehouse series.
I've kind of realized that like some of the best things for 30-year-old Tom to read are books that 13-year-old Tom wanted to read.
Yeah, like the Treehouse series.
Give me some Terry Pratchett. Give me like YA, like fantasy, and I'm there.
All right, guys, we gotta go to Direct Sales Disasters.
Yeah, right.
All right, gang. So we're officially in mid-December as of the release of this episode, and you know what that means? Times for some classic holiday movies, right?
Okay.
Oh God.
So one of my favorite holiday/Halloween classics is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Recipe for Seduction.
Right.
Pluto Nash.
And as we all know,
Nash.
Just trying to get random.
The main character of Nightmare Before Christmas is Jack Skellington. So in his honor, this week's Direct Sales Disasters is all going to be real skeletons.
Jesus, you took like 7 steps to do that whole transition.
Yeah, I was really prepared for this to just be a bunch of shit that you found on Hot Topics website. Just all Jack Skellington merch.
No, you see, I thought you were going to keep making steps. I was like, oh yeah, so then you need calcium for your bones, and this is all about milk. Yeah.
No, this is a collection on Etsy of like taxidermied skeletons that I've
Have
found.
we not done that yet?
Well, if we have,
we've
we're
just
doing
done
it again.
a large smattering of bones and teeth.
Yeah, I felt like I'd go real classic and do bones.
Yeah.
It's because my friend Willow the other day was like, "Yeah, I was listening
Has bones.
to." Yeah, she does. Shocker.
She is a complete articulated vertebrate.
She was like, "Hey, I found. I was looking at stuff on Etsy the other day, and I found a whole horse skeleton. How weird is that?" And I was like, "Direct Sales Disasters, keep talking." I did not find the whole horse skeleton. Spoilers. Get your hopes up.
Entire horse skeleton.
Yeah.
What would you do with that?
I don't know. Like,
there's not a lot you can do.
Sell it to a veterinary school?
I feel like you got to do like one of those weird epoxy /wood /horse skeleton tables that you see on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, those epoxy pores over horse skeletons. That, like,
yeah, it's definitely.
Then you put it into a lathe,
and
then
and then you just put it right down to the Meerkat exhibit, and you just watch them go for it.
Guys, we're gonna run out of time on this video before we even get to the first item.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the name of this item is Real Bat Skeleton, Bat Bone in Case and Base. There are only 3 of these left, and one other person has it in their cart right now. But it does have free shipping in the U.S. I'll send you this picture.
Bats.
It's the skeleton of a bat under glass.
Bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does say it's handmade, which is debatable.
Yeah. By God. It was made by God.
The description is, hello, everyone. This time up for sale is real bat skeletons.
Yes, is have real bat skeleton.
And I am going classic lowest to highest, and I will say that lowest is not super low. I'll give you that warning right now.
Like, I'm looking at this, and it's like, it's very clean. It's the full skeleton.
It is a very clean skeleton. Like, it's been bleached.
Yeah. It's in like a nice display case.
I'm gonna say 35.
Now, did they say this was in an actual like an epoxy sort of thing, or is it like sort of a
just in glass?
No, it's just in glass.
Okay.
35 from Conor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 50.
Noel's
Okay.
going 50.
See, I'm torn because it could be
$49.99.
Conor, you gotta stop farting into your mic, man.
Don't be rude. Them's my snort laugh. What?
I'm gonna say 45.
All right, this first one is gonna go to Noel.
Dicks.
It is $60.
Wow.
Shit all over my balls.
God damn it! Gotta go fondle my sweaters.
What? Nothing. Shut up.
This next one is titled "Real Pigeon Skeleton, Pigeon Bone in Case and Base."
And there it is. We hit our daily required callbacks for this episode.
There's been a lot in this one.
Yeah.
There's so many.
You said the last one was 62? I'm sorry?
60 even.
60 even. Where's that 2 come from?
It's a pigeon skeleton. How is that more than a bat skeleton?
It's bigger.
Oh, but look at it. It's standing upright.
Yeah,
Look at that armor plating.
It's on a wood base.
Yeah.
It's got a wire frame sticking out of it so that it stays upright.
That's what you're paying for. You're paying for the posture here.
Now, this is almost gone. There's only 3 left. However, there's none in anybody's carts. Also says it's handmade. Oh, this is by the same maker because hello everyone. This time up for sale is real pigeon skeletons.
It's Pigeon Day.
Hello, yes, have skeleton for you to die.
The image I've sent you does not have the glass case around it, so that you can see the skeleton more clearly. But it does come with a glass case around it. You can't return this, just so you know.
Why would you want to? What would be your cause for returning a skeleton that you bought online? Like, you know what you're getting. You know you're buying a skeleton. You don't accidentally purchase a skeleton.
They also do specify that this pigeon skeleton is from a bred pigeon that died of natural causes. It was not a wild pigeon.
I feel like the whole sake of no returns is, out of all the things that would rank of number of things that people would buy when they're drunk, skeletons are definitely up there.
Just because you made a mistake and bought a skeleton that you don't
Yeah.
want, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 75.
I was going to say 72.
Are you still going to say 72?
I'm going to say
72.
80. No. 78.
What?
What a spread.
Oh, man, you really got trapped in there, Trevor. It's a good thing you're on the money, though.
Oh!
So that's 2 points for Trevor. Exactly $75 for this pigeon skeleton.
Yeah.
I'll be great for my pigeon collection. Pigeon Man. I love those.
Pigeon Man from Hey Arnold is a saint.
I love the Pigeon Man episode. Good episode.
Great episode.
All right, next one is Squirrel Skeleton, Real Articulated Skeleton, Taxidermied Oddities.
We're already like halfway through and you're still on like rodent-sized things.
Just urban animals.
I'm waiting for like the next one's going to be like a groundhog and then it's going to be like dragon.
A full blue whale skeleton.
Yeah.
All right, so it is a squirrel skeleton. My favorite part is this thin, wispy tail.
I honestly didn't know they had any tailbones. I thought it was just like a tuft of hair.
It's hard to see the tailbone because it's real articulated squirrel skeleton. Skeleton has been beetle cleaned and bones sterilized before the articulation process. Cruelty-free and ethically sourced.
Okay.
I hit it with my car.
I bet the squirrel would have to disagree.
And there's only one left, but 2 people have this in their cart right now.
I'm gonna go a cool 90.
90 from Conor.
This is not the same seller?
No, this is a new seller.
Hello, yes, I have returned. Here comes this time a squirrel.
I'm going to say
my backyard menagerie of animals.
85.
I thought about 85.
Right?
I think it's a bigger jump.
See, I'm scared this one's going to be like the 130 or something like that.
I think it's going to be something like that because they did describe the cleaning processes, which the original 2. I'm going to go 105.
105?
No, 100.
I'm going to bump mine up to 86.
Yeah, I'll just go with even 100.
All right, you too could walk home with this squirrel skeleton for a low $145.
God,
Which means that the
Jesus.
point is going to Noel.
Yeah. Holy hell.
This next one is articulated snake skeleton, red-tailed boa, quality #1, boa constrictor.
Does it say how long this is?
Yes. Give me one sec.
Oh, that's badass.
I really like snakes. Although this one doesn't have like any like display thing. It looks like it's just sitting on like a piece of. It looks like fucking soundproofing foam.
Belts, yeah.
It's not particularly big.
Oh, you know what? This might be like pinned down into this.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
pinned to this piece of backing foam so that it can be mounted on a wall. So it is a boa constrictor skeleton. Let's see. There's
Which
only
is the
one
first
left
animal that's like really cool.
Yeah.
Well, bats are cool.
There's only one of these left in stock, and one other person does have it in their cart right now. So you got to act fast.
At 145 was the squirrely boy.
Yes.
I'm gonna say even 200. No. Yes.
200.
200. I'm gonna go higher than that. I'm gonna say 250.
So we're going 250.
I think it's 200. Fuck. I'm gonna go 185.
185.
I think it's
All right,
200
so
on the nose, though.
This skeleton has been cleaned, whitened, and articulated into a natural pose. The animal came from a private collection that unfortunately was not able to thrive and ultimately passed away from natural causes. The dimensions aren't listed from what I'm seeing, but
okay, it doesn't
you've already
look
given.
that big.
Yeah, it's not. It's probably like 10 inches. 10 by 8 is the length of is the size of the pad, but the snake was probably a couple feet long.
Yeah, 4 feet maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 250.
Sticking with 250. All right. The total price for this snake is $240. So it's gonna go into Trevor.
Yeah.
What do you mean by total price?
Yeah, you said that with a lot of inflection.
Yeah, it seemed like there's a distinction as opposed to the other prices that we
buy it
heard.
vertebrae by vertebrae.
It's
yeah. You have to buy it piecemeal.
It's 15 cents for the snake and $239.85 for the pad.
Yeah, the felt pad behind it.
It's expensive.
The thing is that underneath it's got like a payment plan option on a lot of these, and I think that's what's throwing me. It's like, get this for like 3 things. All right, so we've got one left. Currently, Noel has 2 correct answers. Trevor has 2 correct answers, but 3 points because of getting one exactly on the money. And Conor has no points.
I got none.
So Noel can tie this with a correct answer or win with the exact amount. This next one is piranha skeleton, real fish skeleton, articulation, oddities, taxidermy, mummified fish, glass dome diorama. So I'm sending you this picture. This one is by far my favorite.
This is really cool.
Piranha skeleton has been placed inside of, like, placed on top of some fossilized coral, and it has a fossilized, maybe fake, probably fake, goldfish upside down inside of its rib cage.
I don't know. That goldfish looks really
cool.
real.
Yeah.
It looks like a chicken wing.
Here, let me send you another picture.
This is pretty great.
Yeah.
It comes
stoner ass thought it was a flat wing.
It comes in a glass dome bubble that has been taken off for ease of viewing. That I assume.
That is really cool.
Isn't that amazing? All right, so there's only one of these left, although one person has it in their cart right now. It is a height, width, and depth of 15 centimeters because it's in a 15 centimeter sphere. Real piranha skeleton swallow a mummified goldfish and got reverse digested. Is what it says in the description. What you get?
Mean?
I upload every single specimen in a separate post. There is no random selection for delivery. The Gull skeleton taxidermy is processed by me and my team. Pictures are taken by me with my logo on it. If there's anything you want, message me. Yeah, so this one is just so cool because, like, not only is it the skeleton of this piranha, but it is like
it's a diorama.
Yeah,
it's a well executed diorama.
What was the last one, Tom?
240.
Yes.
Oh boy.
God.
I'm going 350.
Connor going 350.
There's so many little
I think
small
it might be more than that.
parts
honestly.
to this. Like, there's not a single thing missing from it, too. Like, if you look at all the little...
It is really well put together, and I kind of want it.
I think that some of the cartilage has been maintained, too, which I'm impressed by.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to say $429.
$429 for Trevor.
I'm going to say $445.
$445 for Noel. All right, the price of this piranha skeleton diorama is $270.
Oh,
I got a point.
Yeah, so Connor gets a point on that one.
Wow.
I did it.
I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, after what we've seen, this seems like a really reasonable price for that for this piranha skeleton.
Maybe this should be our trophy.
It's only $270, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, you split that four ways.
4 ways, yeah.
That's some amount of money.
That's still
Damn
some
it.
money that, yeah.
Fucking second place again.
So that means that Trevor is the winner.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and this has been Direct Sales Disasters. What a success it was.
Yeah.
This is a very successful one.
Second place again.
I am glad that Trevor has the last game, though, because I was starting to wonder, like, what if there was a full episode sweep?
I feel like that would
how many
deserve a
points is
bonus
that
point.
worth?
Like, if it's your multimedia week and you win all 3 of the games.
What happens if you're in second all 3 of the games? Because so far I got 2 out of 3.
For any fans out there listening, if you want to go back and tell us how many times this season Noel has come in second, we'll send you a t-shirt.
I would love to see also the results of if maybe half of those games were firsts. I would like to see the altered sort of mock standings of that, because I think it would be pretty damn close.
All right. So this last game is mine. Unfortunately, I could have had the sweep, but
you still could. Fiona would be thrilled if you did some sweeping. Still time left tonight.
It is so dumb. I love it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Anyway, so the name of my game is Pick Your Point. So the way that this is going to be played is I'm going to give you an option of how many points you would like. Oh, if you all had something to write on and something to write with, that'd be very helpful for this. People listening at home, you won't need that. You can just play along. The way that this is going to work, there are 8 rounds. In every round, you'll have an option of any of 3 numbers for the amount of points that you want to get.
Mm-hmm.
So the first round is going to be 1, 2, or 3. The second round is 2, 3, or 4. The third round, 3, 4, or 5, all the way up to the 8th round, which is 8, 9, or 10 points. So you're all going to pick a number. You're going to write it down. If you write down a number and nobody else wrote down that number, you get that many points. If somebody else wrote down that same number, you lose that many points. So your goal is to try and pick the amount of points that you want that you think nobody else is going to try and get.
Okay.
So
we're doing a little bit of categories kind of thing here.
Kinda, yeah. But it's going to get tougher each round. There's going to be a lot of negative scores, probably. It's kind of become a theme in my games. really enjoy it.
Now, and then we're gonna write stuff down and show it all at once, or are we sending you messages?
So you're all going to write down your number for each round. You're going to write down your number, and then when everybody's all set, you show it, and then we'll do the scores and then move on to the next round. So the first round, 1, 2, or 3 points. So write down whether you want 1, 2, or 3 points. And if nobody else wrote it down, you get that. And there might be a little bit of dead air in this game, so I'm going to loop some music behind, so don't think that it's going to be dead air if you're trying to pick the perfect number of points.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Just let me know when you're ready.
This is terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Yeah.
I'm ready.
And everybody starts the game with -3 points.
So, round number 1, show your scores.
I did do 3.
I also did 3.
3.
We all did 3.
All right.
All right. So,
I was just like, oh, both of them are going to overthink it and be like, no, don't take 3. Everyone's going to take 3, and I'll be the only one who took 3. Nope.
so, now you know.
I thought 2 was going to be the dangerous one.
They're all dangerous, Conor. There's only 3 people playing this.
Luckily, that was the lowest point round. So, we're going to move on to round number 2. You can pick 2, 3, or 4 points.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's see it.
4.
2.
3.
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
Damn it.
So, Noel is...
At
In
1.
second place.
Noel's
winning.
Noel's winning. Yeah,
Give it
with
time.
1 point.
Give it time.
Tom back to even, and Conor at -1. So,
Yeah,
third round, points are 3, 4, and 5. All good?
Yep.
All right, let's see it.
4.
3.
5. Yeah.
God damn it. Wait, so Noel's just going to pick the highest number every time.
No, just only until these first 2 rounds, until you guys caught on.
You mean first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
'Cause
yeah, I guess so.
Sorry, Conor, you had 3, and Tom, you had 4 in that one?
I had 4.
I had 3.
Okay. So it's now 6 points for Noel, 3 for Tom, and 3 for Conor.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Now's where it's getting tough because you know what Noel's going to do, maybe. And it's 4, 5, and 6 points are the options. Y'all good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what it is.
4.
6.
6.
Damn it.
I really just wanted to fuck up Noel.
You both did, and you both fucked each other over.
Oh.
And wow,
I can only imagine how this is going to end catastrophically for me at some
Noel
point.
currently has a 13-point lead. Or no, 14. A 14-point lead. The score is 10 to -3 to -3. But
I've already picked my next
that's only
point.
halfway through the game, and it's only going up from here. So really anything could happen.
I'm still even more scared.
Yeah. There could be somebody else in first place at the end of this round. The numbers are 5, 6, and 7.
All right.
Good.
All good? What do we got?
6.
7.
6. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
And we do have a new leader.
What? No.
Or, sorry, yeah, tied. It's 4 points for Noel, 4 points for Conor, and -9 for Tom.
Yeah.
Wait, you said I had 14. Right?
No, you had 10, but it was a 14-point
10.
lead.
Oh, okay.
So you lost that lead entirely.
Yep.
And now we're on round 6. And the numbers are 6, 7, and 8.
I can't be positive.
You could still
Ready?
win, though.
I could.
Yeah. Right. What do we got?
6.
8.
Oh!
Oh, shit. I knew this was going to
Yeah.
happen.
So that makes it real tough for Tom. He's at -17. Conor is at 10 points in first place. Noel at -4 in second. This could be a second place sweep for Noel.
Yes.
And round number 7 is 7, 8, and 9 points. All right, what do we got?
9.
8.
9.
Oh,
Damn it!
So
Yeah, -9. Negative single digits.
Conor first place with 1 point. Noel in third place now with -13, and Tom at -9
In second.
in second. And so that means that Noel can't win, but he can get the second place sweep. Is that right? No, that's not right. Noel could win. Everybody could win because these numbers are really funky. All right, last round, 8, 9,
Funky
and
digits.
10 points. We're going to go, before we show, we're going to go in last place to first place order. So, Noel, you can show yours.
8.
Noel's got 8. And Tom, what do you got?
Oh, no. Conor, don't make that face,
9.
man.
Tom's got 9.
8.
Conor put 8.
Oh. Oh.
Guys, I win. At 0.
Tom wins
That's
with
amazing.
0 points.
Yes.
God damn it.
Wow.
What a nail
Yeah,
biter.
Noel
Yeah.
ended with -21. Conor ended with -9. I'm just going to quickly look through the scores here. The lowest number every time it was picked earned points. Or that's not true, other than the last round.
Yeah, the last round definitely did not.
Yeah. But every other round, the lowest option got points or was not selected at all.
Huh.
Other than rounds 2 and 3, I think, and 5. Yeah. Other than rounds 2, 3, and 5, the highest number of points was chosen twice. No. Sorry, I just have like a list of like about 45 numbers right in front of me right now. I'm not going to bother trying to do stats. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Would have come from behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really hope that
Yeah, I
game
think-
frustrated you. It was
Oh, I
most
loved
of
that
the goal.
game. That game was great.
It was. I thought it was pretty cool, but
Yeah, it was great. It just made
I'm
me
mad.
realize. It made me realize that words and numbers kind of really fucked me over today.
But that was my game. Pick your points.
That's a good
That was a
game.
good
That's a
game.
really good
I
game.
was
I
trying
like
to think of some way to like fuck with you and like have not just like trivia questions. It's the best I could come up with.
No, that was good. I really liked that. That was a new format for us.
Yeah.
should we jump into some fake ads?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we should jump into some
Um,
fake ads.
Guys, I'm really excited about this sponsor today. Today's episode has been brought to you by Lowercase 2, America's second best online banking app. We have an app. You can do basic online banking functions on it, like, I don't know, check your balance or transfer money. We know that pretty much every bank in the world has an app like this, but ours is pretty good. You should totally check it out. It makes stuff easy, and that's the point. So give us your money to hold, because we've got an app that's pretty good. Go to lowercase2.com today for info and to just give us your money. That's lowercase2.com.
All right.
Is that real? Is that a real thing?
No, it's the opposite of Capital One.
Oh! I spent that entire time trying to figure it out.
So confused.
God damn it.
As soon as I was reading, I was like, I think that they get it, but they just don't think it's funny. But
No, totally did not understand. This episode is also brought to you by Ken Taco Hut. Hey, you're a fat, greasy American. Why don't you stuff some calories and oil into your face? It can't decide between pizza and wings, or tacos, or fried chicken. Just pile them all together in a big old slop bucket, you fool.
Oh God!
Get down on your cholesterol as it rises and destroys you. Yay, Kentucky Hut.
I do love dipping my pizza in gravy.
And then just coating the whole thing in lard,
Yeah.
deep frying it.
And sour cream.
You know those like spicy Taco Bell packets? Throw that on your
the
gravy-covered
like
pizza.
hot sauce?
Yeah.
I like how you call the hot sauce packets spicy Taco Bell packets.
They're a different thing than like regular
I mean,
hot
they
sauce.
are Taco Bell packets. They're specific Taco Bell sauces.
Yeah.
I know it's just
fire
like
sauce. That's what
it's a packet filled of a tiny Taco Bell that's also spicy.
There's a single Taco Bell in Chicago that serves PBR. Is that right, Trevor?
No, they serve like Fat Tire.
Fuck.
Are you guys talking about a Taco Bell cantina?
Yeah.
Because those places are magic.
So, and
They have margaritas on tap.
every Saturday, Trevor would end his night by going to this Taco
Yeah.
Bell and getting a beer, and then get on the train and come home. And every Sunday, I would wake up to just a pile of Taco Bell packets on our kitchen table that we just filled the entire bottom shelf of our fridge door with.
Wow.
So
And the day we moved out, I threw them all away, and he was pissed.
so I
The
got
thing is, you never actually ask for these packets at Taco Bell.
Oh,
but,
no.
Like, they just take a giant handful and stuff it in the bag, no matter what.
at the Wicker Park Taco Bell cantina. There's like a separate container. It's just I was
That's a
always like
crazy
hammered when I
phrase.
went in there, and I was like, "Oh, these are
Right.
fucking great! I'm gonna throw them on everything I make." And I would just take handfuls and pocket them, and then I'd also wake up the next morning and be like, "Why is that's me."
We did one time run out of soy sauce in a bottle, and we were able to get a half cup of soy sauce from soy sauce packets that Trevor had saved.
They're so helpful. I've never bought ketchup.
Dude, the plastic.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely, but it's not like they're gonna not make those if I don't take 7 of them.
What I really missed was like the hybrid foil packet tub sort of thing where you could squeeze it or dip it. That was magical. I love that one.
Not familiar.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is.
Today's
Oh, yeah,
episode is also brought to you by The Never Games, our sister podcast hosted by Mike Paxtelman. Check them out if you haven't gotten quite enough games and fun. That's The Never Games. Go to thenevergames.com to find all their episodes and comment on everything.
Do they play games? Periodically.
Do they
Indubitably.
play games? Quite.
Do they play games? Indeed. And this last ad is brought to you by...
Perhaps sometime.
This is brought to you by containers of ketchup. It's cheaper.
But the plastic.
All right.
right.
So we're going to wrap up this episode in just a little bit. We've hoped you enjoyed it as much listening to it as we have creating it. But first, some messages from the higher ups.
That's Trevor.
Trevor's
Trevor's the higher up.
Make sure you like, follow, subscribe wherever you find us, however you listen to us. It's basically the easiest way for us to make sure that we are successful, depending on whether we think it. And we always think that we're successful. And you can always find us on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify. And yeah, like us on wherever you interact with us. And it really helps a lot. It really does.
In the spirit of helping a whole bunch, what really helps is a whole lot is if you throw money at our faces electronically.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/thenevergames. There's a whole bunch of tiers there where, like, for $15 you can join a monthly Q&A, for which I forgot that we decided we were going to do that. $40 you can get a free t-shirt twice a year, all the way up to $200, which gets a commission drawing from TomTom. Again, that's patreon.com at patreon.com/thenevergame.
Does Patreon have a thing where they can request something and it's like name your price and they have to agree to it?
No.
No.
Oh, that'd be really
but
cool.
we do have an email.
Yes, but if you do really have there's that one thing that you want on our Patreon that isn't listed and you want to give us an offer how much you'll pay for it, you can shoot us an email at hello@thenevergames.com. You can also send us any questions, comments, concerns, recipes, games, feedback. Really want to let us know how many times Noel is coming second this season. Reach out to us there. We read every email we get and we respond to every email we receive. That's hello@thenevergames.com.
I think that should be reverse Patreon. We'll give you like $15 if you figure that out.
We will not. Our website is thenevergames.com. You can go there and see all of our stats. I spent way too much time making this stats board, and somehow I missed out on the second place finishes stat. But
and
there
it's
is
really
some...
hurting.
There is some interesting things there, like how of all of the games that Conor has made, a total of 13 of them, Tom has won 9 of them.
Wow.
69% of Conor's games go to Tom.
Nice.
And
I'm feeding my enemy.
yeah,
That's how all of these games work, Conor.
there's also lots of other things there. All of our websites, you can comment on things, talk with other fans, and look at our dating profiles. You can also find all of the music from today's episode. It's done by me and Noel under the band name Good Damn It. Noel fills everything in with the drums, and I do the other things that are not drums. Go check it out.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone listening to the Never Games. My name has been and will always be Noel McGinnis.
I am Trevor Kelly, at least for now.
My name is Tom O'Brien, as far as you know.
My name is Conor Provost. Good night, sweethearts.
In case if you forgot, the name of the show is the Never Games. We play games
All
Just
on
never.
my balls.
My balls.
This has been a Stickerbox Studios production.
That's where Conor got that shit my hair from, probably. It's his neighbor
In a million years, I could not make up the name Gitsen Borglum.